Hey folks, Jackdaw here, back with a proper Dragon Age Dreadwolf news update since taking a Dragon's Dogma 2 trip with very little to talk about in the world of Thedas, which actually ends today as we have a mix of very recent stories concerning Dreadwolf's developments. Some are positive, but unfortunately we are leaning towards the more negative side of things with troubles brewing at EA and BioWare. So first up, massive talent is joining BioWare and EA to revitalize the studio. Connie Booth, previously a chief architect at PlayStation, is now joining Electronic Arts to lead its studios as a group general manager for action role-playing games. With over 30 years of experience, Booth has been instrumental in developing major franchises for PlayStation like Spider-Man, The Last of Us, and Uncharted. Known for fostering a developer-centric culture and driving innovation, her move to EA reflects the company's focus on blockbuster storytelling akin to PlayStation strategy. Connie joins EA at this time to oversee studios like BioWare, tasked with revitalizing franchises like Dragon Age alongside the Black Panther and Iron Man projects. Overall, Booth's timely hiring highlights EA's ambition to replicate PlayStation's success with exclusive single-player games and signals a shift in focus towards prioritizing their own franchises. Now, Connie's background is impressive, and her role at EA, particularly focusing on BioWare games, promises a positive future for franchises like Dragon Age and Mass Effect. Now, I've spoken at length very much recently as well on the future of Dragon Age after Dreadwolf. It's now reassuring to see EA investing effort into ensuring the success of these games under someone with a strong understanding of action role-playing games as well as single-player experiences, rather than having somebody shifting towards live service strategies built for long-term revenue generation because one of EA's CTOs saw their kid playing Fortnite over the weekend and then got an idea that they needed to bring into the studio. No, Connie represents the very essence of single player and action RPG, which is brilliant for what EA and BioWare need going forward. However, amidst all of that optimism and excitement, it is crucial to address the well-being of developers, and although Connie's particular hiring is central to developer culture and driving innovation, and it sounds like she is going to be fulfilling that gap, I still do need to mention the current video game landscape of crunch and especially prevalent layoffs. And the Dragon Age team in particular has faced significant challenges in the past, having built up a reputation of being known as a pirate ship and BioWare magic, i.e. crunch, saving the day as they go from port to port, project to project. No, it's not been a healthy gaming culture in the slightest, and improving BioWare's leadership, management, and processes is essential in prioritizing the developer's welfare while maintaining project timelines. And so while Connie's expertise is valuable and it seems like EA is definitely filling that gap, revitalizing BioWare requires addressing past issues and focusing on a healthier work environment. And another reason why I am emphasizing this a lot is because while it is great to see EA investing in the future of BioWare and its IPs by hiring industry experts and they realize that single player games are valuable and they are focusing on their own efforts, unfortunately, like the rest of the gaming industry, Electronic Arts is currently undergoing even more layoffs as a part of their restructuring effort, resulting in approximately 670 job losses. And these layoffs are expected to be finalized by the end of the month. And the impact of these layoffs is already being felt, particularly within the Dragon Age and Mass Effect team, as recently Jay Ingram, the former community manager of BioWare IPs, well known to many in the Mass Effect and Dragon Age communities, especially if you've seen my videos over the past years. We've always had updates from Jay, we've always been talking about Jay. Well, unfortunately, Jay has very recently been laid off, and he's been a prominent figure offering a friendly and approachable face for BioWare and representing its community very well. And very unfortunately, Jay isn't going to be a part of BioWare during the marketing of Dragon Age Dreadwolf. His absence is going to be both felt in the promotional efforts and within the community. Now, for additional context, Jay himself shared the news on his layoff on Twitter, and as followed, well, it seems it's my time to join the chorus. It's been a good ride. Last week, I was unfortunately laid off by EA. Though I'm optimistic about the future, I'm saddened this is how it ends. I'll miss being BioWare's community manager. Still, I'm not going to let that get me down. The past 4+ years working with BioWare and my time before that on Star Wars were both incredible privileges full of memories I'll cherish forever. Dragon Age in particular holds a special place in my heart for how long I've worked with this team, but every project has been a dream. Though I'm sad I won't be there at launch, I'm still excited for you all to see this team's work. I believe in BioWare so much and hope you love this game as much as I do. To my teams, it was a privilege to work with you. To my communities past and present, it's been an honour. And I must say that out of all my interactions with Jay, he's always been a lovely, accommodating and just generally nice sound guy. It's a damn shame that he is no longer our community manager, as Dreadwolf is really shaping up. And one particular aspect that I do take away from Jay's layoff that stands out to me is, as the community manager, his role is essentially crucial for engaging the game's community, building that up, and then marketing the game effectively. It seems really odd to me that he's been laid off before even fully starting that role for Dad, as its marketing efforts are going to be properly shaping up this summer. And this brings my mind back to the QA testers that were laid off last year during Dreadwolf's alpha stages. It seems very counterproductive and raises a lot of questions about the decision-making processes going on here. Either way, as mentioned earlier, EA's layoffs affecting 5% of their workforce are set to be completed by the end of this month, with more expected to follow, unfortunately. And just based on these two news stories alone, it's a strange time for BioWare right now. I mean, it has been for the past year, but even so, while I'm optimistic about Mass Effect and Dragon Age and their future, with Connie Booth leading the charge and hopefully learning from the past studio's decisions, I'm also deeply saddened by the significant layoffs affecting the team. It's disheartening to see the impact of last year's layoffs, the current layoffs, and the ones still to come. If talent hasn't voluntarily left the studio, they've been forced out, with severance pay lawsuits still to come to fruition. It's a nightmare looking at it from the outside. But moving ahead into more positive territory, EA and BioWare are reportedly confident that Dragon Age Dreadwolf will be released this year, as in 2024. And that's according to well-known Giant Bomb journalist Jeff Grubb speaking on his own podcast. Now, Jeff said verbatim, "I suspect," good little pun there, "Dragon Age Dreadwolf will probably pop up in the summer. I don't know when it'll be shown, but I assume it'll be shown sometime this summer." And as we already know, a full reveal of Dragon Age Dreadwolf is already scheduled for this summer. More on that one towards the end. However, on the potential release window for the game, Grubb then said it will be released this year. Last I heard, EA are pretty confident about that. That doesn't mean it's a guarantee, it could slip. But right now, internally, they expect to release it later this year. I initially followed this news up with the fun fact that Dragon Age Dreadwolf could be coming out 10 years after Dragon Age Inquisition to celebrate when Solas initially broke our hearts, only now for him to do it all again in Dreadwolf. It would also just make perfect sense for Dreadwolf to ship close to Inquisition's late November 10th birthday. Oh my goodness, where the hell has the time gone? Now, looking at it logistically, a gameplay and release date reveal is slated for summer. For the sake of it, let's say June, aligning with EA's strategy of a 6-month marketing strategy. This sets the stage for a potential release window around November/December, a very sweet spot for game launches coinciding with the festival holiday season, as well as the 10th anniversary of Dragon Age Inquisition. And I've said it in the past, it would be wise for Dad to drop long before GTA 6 does, as any game releasing within 6 months of that behemoth will be lost and forgotten. And so it's wise if Dreadwolf ships this year, basically. As long as the team aren't crunching and they feel like this is the most realistic, best possible version of their original vision, then fantastic. So, 2024, finally? Place your bets in the comments, folks. I would love to know if you have any particular days in mind. I'm just thinking late November. But ending on one final little bit of excitement, when are we going to see Dreadwolf then, folks? What are we thinking? Well, last year, as we know, BioWare confirmed that we're going to see Dragon Age Dreadwolf as a reveal this summer. And this is going to be part of a full marketing showcase, including new trailers, gameplay, and of course, the release date. Now, Summer Games Fest marks the beginning of the summer gaming season, and it now has a confirmed release date, thanks to Jeff Keighley, for Friday the 7th of June, the first Friday of June, basically. But will Dragon Age Dreadwolf make an appearance? I'm not really sure, to be honest. BioWare does seem set on a grand reveal, with everything from trailers to release dates premiering, which for me sounds more in line with a dedicated EA Play Live showcase just on Dragon Age, especially if BioWare are going to be marketing playing the hell out of that game if it is coming out later this year. Now, I must admit, the only reason I, the king of clowning, am saying this is because on June 7th, when Summer Games Fest is the same day I'm seeing Taylor Swift. And I'm not going to be able to stream and clown the show with you all, so I'm just kind of being a pessimist for that sake. But despite my conflicting schedule to see Taylor Swift that very night, I believe Summer Games Fest could still facilitate a Dragon Age reveal. We might just get one initial trailer at Summer Games Fest, then more trailers at other summer gaming events, if BioWare are going to be marketing Dreadwolf hard. That certainly could be a possibility. And hey, getting a Dragon Age trailer on the very same day I see Taylor Swift, I would simply cease to exist from excitement. Going from like all too well to then, oh, check your phone, oh shit, new Dragon Age trailer just dropped and dead. Now, in the same vein, I do have a hunch we're in for a spectacular showcase for an EA Play Live revival. It's been on hiatus since 2021, and what better way to bring it back than with a massive Dragon Age marketing blitz? And this event has historically taken place in the middle of July, which obviously aligns with BioWare's plan for a full summer reveal with multiple trailers to show off. That's just for me the most ideal way to do it. We also have Gamescom opening night live in August, and who knows, maybe BioWare or EA are just going to organise another dedicated event for the game. They might just surprise us all and go live one day in the middle of June. Either way, we've got nothing on that front, and BioWare have told us we should keep an eye out on their social media channels when they do make said planned announcement. Hopefully, they're not replacing their marketing and community managers with AI, but I really wouldn't put it past them at this point. Either way, I'd love to know all of your thoughts on each of these stories. What do you think about Connie Booth helping out revitalising BioWare as a studio and working on IPs as Dragon Age and Mass Effect? Did you have much interaction with Jay Ingram? What do you think about the layoffs? How about the 2024 release date? And of course, when do you think we're going to see Dad this summer? Let me know your thoughts down below. But of course, regardless of the good and the bad news, you're always in the right place for the latest on Dragon Age Dreadwolf. I'm always going to be here to deliver the best and worst parts of this game's development. I've been Jackdaw, you're already in the right place, but until the next one, I should go. Whoa, 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 whoa.